Have you ever received an eviction notice? What about a warning that your electricity is about to be turned off? Have you ever been unable to fill a doctor's prescription because you didn't have the funds or the insurance to cover the cost? At United Ministries, we respond each week to many individuals and families who face these crises and more. For more than 18 years, United Ministries has been dedicated to helping low-income families facing a financial emergency and struggling to meet their basic needs. Here, all persons in need are treated with dignity and respect. This single working mother had her electricity disconnected after falling behind on her bills when she had to miss work to stay home with a sick child. She is typical of the working poor. These are individuals who, despite their own hard work, cannot always make ends meet. When they face a crisis, such as an illness in the family or a job loss, they miss wages and cannot cover their basic needs. We help with rent, utilities, and mortgages. We also have programs to help with medicine, food, and transportation. Clients, such as this one, call United Ministries for an appointment. They often are directed to us through First Call for Help, our local information and referral network, or through local churches who contribute to this ministry on a regular basis. When the client calls United Ministries, a telephone volunteer interviews them over the phone and determines that they are eligible for our assistance. They also clear the client through our extensive database. When the client meets our guidelines, the phone counselor makes an appointment for the following day. When the client and her family arrive, they are greeted in the lobby by another caring volunteer. She confirms their identification and social security number and verifies the past due amount by calling the utility company or landlord. Many of our clients have eviction or foreclosure notices. We try to make families feel comfortable while they are here. They are always in a vulnerable situation and are often asking for assistance for the first time. After check-in, the person in need sees yet another volunteer counselor who talks with the client and offers resources and assistance to help them get back on their feet. We network with other agencies in emergencies, and we help our clients budget their expenses and their income. We write checks directly to the creditor, never to the clients. Often, we cannot give the client all the money he or she may need to get out of debt. Usually, we can only provide a fraction of the financial support they need. But consistently, we are a ministry of presence. We cry with our clients, and we listen and learn about their lives. And in the process, we try to show the love of Christ at a time when they most need to see His face. This is a simulated situation with actors to show you a typical client coming to United Ministries for assistance. But actually, there is no typical client. We see single mothers facing eviction, couples who can't pay their mortgage because of a family crisis, families still suffering from the after effects of a natural disaster, elderly persons who are about to have their electricity turned off. They are all in need of our compassion and a helping hand.
And Lord, help us to be your hands and your heart and your eyes and your voice today as we help people here at United Ministries.
The call for divine guidance begins every day at United Ministries as these volunteers answer the many calls for help from people in need.
A lot of people live from paycheck to paycheck, and if something happens, the worker and the money maker in that family gets sick and doesn't get paid that week, that's an emergency that we can help with.
We see families so often who have to make choices between putting food on the table or buying life-saving medications.
It was a very difficult time for me, with separation, being separated.
Going through a separation with an infant at home, Mavis Williams made the call seeking a lifeline.
It let me know that, okay, they give me a start and I could take it from there and go on further by getting on my feet.
And I knew that she needed help. And we feel so fortunate that we're able to help. I mean, we feel like we're God's hands here on earth.
Hens that reach out to thousands each year. They depend on donations from a network of churches and individuals. Because the need outpaces the funds, the volunteers make sure they're good stewards of every dollar.
Word cannot express the way that I feel about these people.
Years later, when one couple were back on their feet, they did find the words.
She says, and one thing I want to tell you is I pray for you every night. It was touching.
Angels in Our Midst, brought to you by Sacred Heart Children's Hospital.